So we've got another amazing guest here from the Clinton Global Initiatives event, which is taking place here in New York City as part of Climate Week NYC. So please tell me who you are and where are you from?
My name is Katarina Kahlmann, and I work with TechnoServe.
Great. And tell me a little bit about who is TechnoServe and what do you do?
Great. TechnoServe helps millions of small farms and businesses increase their income. We work mainly in food and agriculture because that's how low-income households make most of their living. But these systems, food systems across the world, are blinking bright red because of climate change and nature loss. So to build a people, climate, and nature positive world, we're putting these smallholder farmers and small businesses at the very heart of the solution. 500 million smallholder farmers feed half of the world's population, and small businesses provide jobs in emerging markets at a huge scale, 70% of jobs. These farms and firms hold the key to building their own resilience, to restoring nature, and showing the rest of the world what climate positive really looks like.
So everyone here is supposed to be making some kind of commitment, and I wondered what your kind of announcement, what your commitment was today.
30 million people will benefit from TechnoServe's commitment to action, Regenerate 30. 30 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions will be cut, and 30 million acres of land will be put under sustainable management. Small farms and businesses will increase their income by 30% and will raise $300 million in private sector investments.
Okay.
All of this will happen by 2030 because science is clear. We need to reverse climate change and nature loss by then.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Super. It sounds very promising. Interestingly enough, we've had a lot of people on the interviews that we've been having talking about smallholder farmers. So it's really obviously like the topic right now. It's really a big topic. Yeah.
It is indeed. TechnoServe has worked with smallholder farmers in 50 years, and we got really proven solutions on how to help increase their incomes.
Could you tell me one of those solutions, or two? It doesn't really matter. Just an example, yeah.
Absolutely. We firmly believe that we can solve the climate crisis, but we can't do it alone, and we don't have time. We got 4 key solutions that we're already delivering, and now through this commitment, we will scale them. The first one is regenerative agricultural practices for smallholder farmers to increase their productivity and their resilience. The second one is blue businesses, helping communities restore marine ecosystems and reduce overfishing. Number 3 is business accelerators, catalyzing the growth of circular and green businesses. And then the last one is climate finance. There's been a lot of discussion about climate finance again, and it's incredibly important. TechnoServe works with impact investors, and we help their portfolio companies to improve their return on investment and take climate action.
Okay. Sounds very, very good and very, very exciting.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when people talk about climate change, we hear a lot of young people are very anxious. I think there are also some older people who are quite anxious. I know a few of them. And yet we are seeing this amazing creativity right now in terms of technology, but also in terms of new ideas and new ways of living and so on and so forth. Do you think that the climate crisis is solvable, or is it largely solvable, or partly solvable, or not solvable?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely solvable. We can solve the climate crisis. We cannot do it alone, and we don't have time. We have the proven solutions in many cases. We need partners and we need investment to scale them. Today, there's been a lot of discussion around money and financing for adaptation, for mitigation, incredibly important. And I think that's what CGI is all about, inspiration and collaboration to really scale climate action.
Good. So at We Don't Have Time, we like to engage with our our partners, our friends, the whole community of We Don't Have Time, which it stretches all around the world, and it's big businesses like Scania trying to electrify their trucks, through to small startups doing amazing things, to the UN, to mayors, all kinds of people on the We Don't Have Time platform, youth and activists as well. And they can give people climate warnings for things they think are going wrong, but they can also give something called climate love to institutions or organizations or individuals that they think are doing a good job on climate action. Now then, I'm going to give you
Lovely.
the We Don't Have Time green heart, which is our symbol for climate love. Is there some body or some organization that you feel deserves a climate love on the wedon'thavetime.org platform?
Love it. Our climate love, or my personal climate love, goes to TechnoServe's clients. They're small business owners and farmers who bear very little responsibility for the climate crisis, but they can play a key role in solving it. So it's not their fault, but it can be their opportunity. Our client Fidila is the bravest and most successful of climate champions.
Okay.
She's a coffee farmer in Ethiopia who increased her income 20-fold by taking climate action. TechnoServe trained her on regenerative practices like composting and planting of shade trees to protect her coffee from the sun, and that helped her to increase her productivity, her resilience, and the quality of her coffee. And the increased income totally changed her life. She could send her kids to university, she could buy a new house, and she could hire staff so she doesn't have to do all the hard work on her own.
Okay. And that's a very nice climate love. Okay. Thank you very much indeed for being with us.
Thank you.